first of all,
yes.
What do you think of the success?
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, we are really excited about how well Naxxramas is being received. To us, really, the focus for Naxxramas was to provide a lot of different ways to enjoy Hearthstone. So to that end, we added 39 single-player missions. So if you kind of want to play by yourself a little bit, you want to kind of get a change of pace from like more competitive gameplay, and kind of work out interesting puzzles. We have the 39 single-player mission for you. If you are a competitive player and you are, kind of excited about building new decks, trying to look at new cards, entering the meta, and figure out how to be successful with these new additions, we have 30 new cards that are kind of getting injected in a kind of week-by-week basis over the 5 weeks. And to us, really, the focus on all of it is no matter how you want to play Hearthstone, no matter what excites you about Hearthstone, there's something for you in Naxxramas. And I think the player response really shows that. I think for no matter how what skill level you are, and no matter how much you play Hearthstone, I think there's something to really love about it, and it's been really well received.
So most of Hearthstone has always been about competitive play. I mean, you used to have the missions where you played against the AI opponents.
Sure.
But now you've actually introduced this rating and all this other stuff. How important is that single player experience for Blizzard?
Like all things we're doing with Hearthstone, this is like one big learning experience for us. And so we're continuing to figure out, what's best for our players. What excites them about Hearthstone? Like, what are the things that they enjoy most doing? So we don't have definitive answers to those questions yet. But what I can tell you is that we do these things like Naxxramas to better understand. So we can look at the statistics of how people engage with the content. We listen to community sites and community responses, and that's really going to shape our future and how we do more content for Hearthstone.
I mean, in the course of Naxxramas, did it make any huge impact on the community?
I can talk about that. Yeah. So yes. So Naxxramas did make a big difference for us. We had, like I was saying, kind of the big goal of Naxxramas being content for everyone, like different ways to enjoy Hearthstone for everybody. We really wanted to be exciting for new players. We wanted to be really exciting for people who are actively playing right now. And we also wanted to be really exciting for players who, maybe played a lot, maybe they took a break, or maybe they kind of were waiting for something fresh to kind of reinvigorate their interest in Hearthstone. So kind of hitting on all of those three notes, we've definitely seen a huge surge in numbers across all three categories, and that's been really successful. To a point where we had to kind of re-up our server capabilities, where we've seen numbers that we haven't seen in a while, or we've seen numbers in certain regions we've never seen before. That's been exciting.
So can the Naxxramas cards only be obtained by playing through the event, or can you get them through expert packs and so forth?
The Naxxramas cards can only be earned by playing the normal Naxxramas mission. And I think, and maybe I'm preempting a question you guys have in the future, it's a little bit about the kind of difficulty of Naxxramas and how it's tuned. Naxxramas normal mode is designed specifically so that anybody who's playing the game, whether you're new or you're a seasoned player, that you can kind of get through it, have some challenge, it's fun, but it's never frustrating for you to beat the normal mode, for you to get access to the Naxxramas cards. And to us that was really important. It's like, hey, I'm excited about Naxxramas, I'm excited about Naxxramas cards, I want to play with these cards that are available this week right away, that you can get through the normal content without getting frustrated.
There are 30 new cards in the first of
There's 30 new cards?
Yeah. And the original system had more than 400. So this number of first Naxxramas may be a disappointment for the...
Yeah, I mean, I think you need to look at it holistically. So on the one hand, we designed these 30 cards to be impactful for the meta. They're very specifically designed so that, if you've been playing with us since beta and, you've kind of, are very familiar with all the existing cards and all the existing strategies, that as we introduce these 30 new cards on a week-by-week basis, that it makes a big difference in the meta. And everything indicates from community response into the statistics we have access to, they are making a significant impact to the meta. And to us, that's exciting. Like, it's not about quantity. I think it's easy for a collectible card game to just inject a ton of cards and then have only like release like 100 cards and only have really 5 be relevant. With the 30 cards we have released, we want it to be high quality cards that are going to have impact on the meta, without necessarily the quantity. But the other thing we need to think about is that for someone like me, I've been playing Hearthstone for years. I've been working on alpha and beta, so I have a certain amount of thirst for new content for sure. But we have to remember that Hearthstone officially launched this year, and there are a lot of new players. And for those new players, are still exploring the first, batch of like 300 plus cards. And to them already, it's like, oh wow, okay, like I finally understand what druids are about. Now there's this crazy Naxxramas thing. There are these like 30 new cards. Oh my god, like what am I doing? So, I don't think we're there yet. I think even for the new players, that the current pace is good. But we have to remember that there's that balance. There's there's a thirst for new content from kind of the more power consumers, and then there is the chance of overwhelming new players. And I think we need to achieve that balance for us to have a really healthy community.
So, raiding has always been a group activity in World of Warcraft.
Yes.
Do you have any plans for eventual group play making its way into Hearthstone, like maybe 2 players against some of the Naxxramas bosses, something like that?
Yeah, we feel that there is a ton of gameplay to explore given the skeleton we have right now. Single player versus AI, 2 people playing against each other. With that said, everybody on Team 5, the Hearthstone team, are huge WoW nerds. I totally hear what you're saying, like multiplayer versus a boss could be really exciting. So it's something we do talk about and think about. I think we need to figure out the right way to do it for Hearthstone, and frankly, for now, that's a little ways off. It's very theoretical. We're not in active development for that yet. But yeah, one day it would be really awesome to do something like that, where you're playing and I'm playing, and somehow each of our games has like a meaningful impact on each other, maybe towards a common goal.
What made you choose Naxxramas as the first expansion mode?
Because Naxxramas is badass. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I've been playing WoW for 10 plus years. I personally have a soft spot for Tarzan. It was one of the maybe you don't. That's okay. We can go into a fist fight later on in the back. But it's not even about balance and about necessarily the exact game content, but it's about the shared experience we have with each other, right? Like all my fond memories of Naxxramas, doing the safety dance, like there's that one puddle of green stuff that inevitably someone forgets to jump over and they die, and then you have to like resurrect them. Like all of these like fond memories are like kind of like deeply ingrained in me from like 10 years of playing WoW. And when we're talking about, hey, which instance should we kind of base our first expansion on, it was pretty unanimous. Like, we've had the old school Naxxramas, we've had kind of the new reincarnation of Naxxramas in Wrath of the Lich King. A lot of us went through Naxxramas multiple times. We have a lot of these like really rich memories. So for existing WoW players, we really felt like it's a no-brainer. Naxxramas is definitely the first expansion we want to go with. Now, we also, for Hearthstone, it's important to us that the game is exciting and relevant for people who haven't played WoW. And when we're just talking about various characters in different instances, we've always had this excitement about a version of Kel'Thuzad that is maybe not as serious, but more, more kind of a comical villain, because you have a sense of that already in WoW, where like you kill, his pet cat at the start of the dungeon, and like there's this dialogue, and you kind of get that like 70s cheesy villain, scenario going on there. So we kind of wanted to take that and do it for Hearthstone as well. And even if you've never been to Naxxramas, I think the moment you kind of go to the interface to access Naxxramas and Kalthazad's like, who are you? Why are you here? And then he starts like kind of talking to you about, hey, this guy promises not to kill you if you don't play any cards, and then like you try not playing any cards, and then like turn 4 he's like, haha, I was just kidding. I mean, these things, like, even if you never play Naxxramas, like, we really feel like KT is like an exciting character that you want to meet later on, and you'll get to meet him next week. And I am really excited for players to do that. There's a lot of Easter eggs and a lot of different ways you can interact with him as a character, and then kind of complete your Naxxramas experience.
So, are there any new plans? Any plans for new heroes like the Death Knight or the Monk being added as playable classes?
We see a lot of community like designs for those, and those are really cool to see. Like, I always love seeing community come up with the kind of cool new ideas and share them, with us. But like I said, I think we have a lot of design space to still explore with the 9 classes we have. We're not currently actively working on brand new heroes with brand new heroes.
I'm not going to ask about the plans on the next expansion because I know you're not going to tell me anything. But I would like to know if you have something to say about the Spectator mode, or maybe for Android.
Sure. Spectator mode is very important to us. It's often rated as like the #1 most requested feature by the community, and we are definitely listening. I think there are 2 aspects of Observer mode. There is the part which will make it easier for kind of, streamers and tournament organizers to kind of better kind of organize the event. That's really important to us. But, for someone like me, what's really exciting about an Observer mode is, one of the things that got really excited about Hearthstone was when we were developing Hearthstone and people start playing, the game like on their computer, like slowly all the developers would start gathering around like 1 or 2 guys, and before you know it, like we have the entire, 15-man team sitting behind this guy, like yelling at him and like giving him a hard time or giving him advice, and it's such a powerful experience. Like, Hearthstone is so fun to watch, and it's so fun to kind of interact with the guy who's playing, and I think that's why streaming has really taken off for Hearthstone. So to me, I think what Observer mode will give us is, if I'm on your friend list and Miguel's are in your friend list and you're playing a game, that we can be like, oh, he's playing, oh, he's letting us join his game, and then we can like come and watch you play and then really recreate that like awesome experience we have at the office with people kind of playing behind you and like talking to you, and to us that's also a really important feature. We are actively working on Observer mode right now, very hard. We don't have a timeline yet, but it's priority. It's actively what we're working on. As for Android, we've announced that we're going to get the Android tablet version before the end of the year. We have a really talented mobile team. They are actively working on that right now as well. We're making really good progress. I've seen test builds run. So again, we maintain our target of getting that out the door for the end of the year as well. I have an Android device, so I'm really excited.
Beyond Android, you also, considering that Blizzard has been doing a lot of stuff with consoles recently, have you thought about bringing Hearthstone to consoles?
We have a list of things we want to do that's like really awesome features that's like hundreds and hundreds long. And, I think what's really important for Hearthstone team and Hearthstone as a game is to really look at, hey, what's the top 3 things that people really want, or the top 10 things people really want, and focus hard. And frankly, right now, going to console is not a priority for us. I think our priority right now is to get it on Android tablet, get it on the mobile phone. I think that's going to be a really great way for players to experience our game. I think kind of other platforms beyond that would be more long term.
So real quick, when you're talking about fun, because it's not available on the iPhone yet, you're talking about putting it on the iPhone as well? Or?
Yes, iPhone and Android phone. Something we're working on. Again, it's really hard to shrink a game that works in a bigger screen and put it into something like this. You know, I know a lot of people are waiting really eagerly for it, and we thank them for their patience. We just didn't want to take something that works on a big screen, shrink it down, and then call it done. That is not a Blizzard quality experience. But we're trying a lot of different creative things, and I'm excited in the direction we're going. I can't really talk about it, but I'm excited about it, and I think it'll be great when it comes out.
So one question, very short, and then one. Okay. Which is your favorite final boss from the first episode?
Oh man, you know, I'll have to say one of the fights I enjoy the most. It just came out this week. It's your battle against Thaddeus. There are two reasons. One is I just have such good memories of fighting against Thaddeus in WoW, of kind of the polarity shift and us having to dance. But the game mechanic for Thaddeus is really exciting, and I know we have to go. But one of my favorite cards in the game is I know I love playing with it. Is Craze Alchemist, where they flip the attack and they help. And to me, that's a really exciting mechanic. And when you fight Thaddeus, that's happening constantly. So you're playing cards, you're like, okay, I have a 2/5, and then, oh my god, wait, no, that's a 5/2 because he's, you know what I mean? You're constantly trying to turn that into an advantage instead of a weakness. So that's my favorite fight.
So one last question because it's very important for us.
Okay, go ahead.
Esports. Let's talk about esports. Do you have any specific plan about esports?
Any specific plan about esports? That's a very broad question for a last question, but yeah. I will say that I am crazy excited about our tournament at the end of at BlizzCon, and I think it's really healthy where esports is with Hearthstone. We weren't really sure at the beginning if it would take off quite as much as it did, but I think the fact that we have with DreamHack and with all the other kind of little like venues and little organizations putting together their own tournaments and all of that kind of linking together and funneling into BlizzCon, that's exciting for me. And for all your listeners and viewers, like I would get super excited about BlizzCon this year. It's gonna be awesome. I mean, with $250,000 on the line, like it's gonna be top level Hearthstone play, all the best players in the world. Like we'll find out who the best player in the world is, and that's gonna be awesome.